Well, according to the map, the claim should be just right up over in this general direction. Aha, there it is. That second set of railroad tracks. We crossed the first one. Here's the second one. Well, I guess there's no turning back now. I just signed this lease for $700,000. My bank account is set to 0. We had to let some things go, but we brought ourselves our trusty Takeuchi skid steer. Not quite sure what's going to be left on this land to claim. He said there was some piles of things laying around, but who knows what that means. Here it is. I think we better stop right here before we get too terribly close. What is this thing? Looks like they kind of left behind. Is this the pile of junk they were talking about? Looks like there's a fuel barrel. Be nice to maybe go see, is there anything in the fuel barrel? Sounds like it's pretty empty. Looks like we got some sort of storage container. He didn't really mention anything about like a washroom or anything like that, but maybe this was his house he stayed at. I'm not quite sure. Let's take a look around. But boy, would you guys look at that big pile of dirt. I think we're going to have a lot of material in that. Hopefully we can start getting that stuff going. But the problem is we don't have anything to process it. That is a ginormous pile of dirt. Wonder why they left it here. I wonder if there's anything good in it. Oh, would you look at that? Did they leave almost a brand new Trommel? Well, this is going to be actually pretty good. We got our skid loader. We got a pile of dirt. We got some this. We can start making gold right away, hopefully. Or at least some, I don't know, some concentrate. Oh, wait a second. I bet you I know what that hut is up there. I bet you that's their gold room. I bet you that's their washroom that they take all the concentrate to actually make gold bars. Aha! Yes, now I'm getting super excited. We got some work ahead of us. It is early in the day, but look at that. Wait a second. What is that over there? We'll take a look. He did not say anything about a truck and a loader. Well, it looks like this thing is busted. Got a little bit of fuel left in it. Maybe it'll start? No, engine's not working. Dang it. All right, well, with $0 to our name, that fuel is probably pretty old, and it doesn't look like it's even in mechanical operational, so we're going to have to figure out something to be able to maybe get a service truck. I seen there was one when we came in through town. There was some sort of dealership. Maybe they got a service vehicle. What is in this thing? All right, we got a little bit of fuel. Damage. Does look like it needs some work, but I think we could maybe get that to work. Does look like, ooh, there's some leftover material in the back. Not a whole lot, but this could come in handy, guys. We have $0 to our name, so that's going to be pretty tough to get that thing going. So hopefully we can get this wash plant going. Hopefully we can get our pile of dirt. We can start processing that, and maybe we could start making some money here and start fixing that thing up, because that thing's going to be a lot more handier than this skid steer, especially with the bucket. All right, well, let's get this stuff unloaded because I am super excited to get this stuff moving. All right, let's get everything unloaded. We did bring our trusty handy-dandy transit with us, so that way if we need to do any grading, we can utilize that. Look at this Takeuchi. Nice-looking piece of equipment. Got a lot of hours on it. A little bit of wear and tear, not a big deal. This thing does have a winch on it, which is going to kind of come in handy in here, so that way if we ever get stuck, we can maybe pull ourselves out. All right, let's let that all warm up, and let's go grab ourselves our transit. We're just going to set this over by the fuel barrel. We don't need that quite yet. All right, let's get this truck unhooked, or let's get this trailer unhooked. I think we could probably just back this up. We don't really need it. It's going to be in the way, so let's try to tuck it out of the way. Now, we don't even have, all we got is a tent. But I think I'd rather sleep in the truck tonight because, you know, coming out here on the Yukon, those bears, wild animals can be kind of scary. So I think we might just sleep in the truck tonight if we can get any sleep at all, that is. All right, well, I think first things first, we need to get the skid loader all set up. We should probably go check. I seen there was a generator on that Trommel. Not quite sure. I'm wondering. I don't know if there's going to be any sort of fuel in this thing. My guess is we are complete. Yes, we are completely out of fuel. Good thing we brought some fuel with us. I don't think that we're going to want to put the whole thing in there. That way we can still fuel up the Takeuchi and possibly get some fuel over into that. So I don't want to take the whole thing. Also might, hopefully, if we can make enough money, hopefully we can get ourselves... We got that fuel barrel. So maybe we can get ourselves some fuel up in there. I think that's going to be our best bet, is we need to get some sort of fuel up here at some point. Otherwise, we might run out of fuel to even run the Trommel. All right, well, let's get this thing shut off and let's get in the Takeuchi. And I think what we're going to need to do is we might need to build some sort of... I don't know. We might need to build some sort of ramp up to this. Let's see how high up this Takeuchi can actually reach. I don't know if I want to get too carried away. Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad if we could just maybe get some dirt, make ourselves a little bit of a ramp up to that point. So let's get a ramp set up. I think we could probably come out to this point and start building ourselves this ramp. Start pushing some of this stuff this direction. Try to get this built out. Looks fairly high enough, I think, don't you? I think that should work for us. We'll maybe try to get ourselves maybe a little bit bigger platform so that way we can actually, if we need to, spin around a little bit. Let's get some more of this dirt and push it out. Need a little bit more here. Hopefully we can get a little bit more dirt stacked here. Something like so. I think we're going to want to widen this out just a bit as well. Otherwise we run that risk of potentially falling off and tipping our skid loader. That wouldn't be very good at all. There, I think that base looks pretty good. That should give us enough room to get inside and actually dump our material. Nice. That should work just perfect. All right, let's get this first scoop of the season off and on our way. Got a little bit of scoop there of some pay dirt out of that hillside. Let's... Whoa! Little muddy there. Hopefully we can find something to maybe fill that in so we're not bouncing around that thing the whole time. All right, let's get the first couple loads in. Works just gall. That's a nice situation right there. Now we're not getting very big bucket loads. We're at like 1,400 liters on this skid loader. Let's make sure we try to get full scoops. There we go. Now I think it's going to be really nice once we get that loader and that tracked front scoop equipment. It looked like it was a case. Be nice to be able to get that over here and be able to actually move a lot more material and get ourselves out of this debt that we are currently in. With that lease of with the lease of this claim and with $0 in our account, this is a very big risk. Very big opportunity though, to be able to make millions of dollars, which we're hoping to do. Can't forget to turn the Trommel on. Hopefully we can start making, producing some stuff to be able to make some gold. That's the whole reason why we came up here to the Yukon, was to be able to make some gold. This is a great start. I'm glad that this land came with that Trommel. So I think what we're going to be doing here now is let's get sliding around. We got a couple of scoops of material in. Let's actually hop out and take a look and see what we're sitting at inside the Trommel. All right, so we got about 8,000 liters. All right, let's get this Trommel activated and see what we get going. All right, we'll let that kind of run, and we'll continue to get some more scoops of this pay dirt that was left over. Now, I'm not quite sure how many loads, how many scoops of buckets of this pay dirt we're going to actually need to actually physically make ourselves a, which I think this Trommel puts out buckets of concentrate, and I just don't know exactly what those are set to. So we're going to be scooping. Hopefully we got ourselves enough material here that we can actually start making something by the end of the day. That'd be very nice. All right, we got about we got a few scoops into there, even some more. So let's take a look and see what we have here. All right, so it's looking at, we got 340. Let's take a look on the big screen here. Looks like we got about 340 liters of concentrate going on. I actually maybe want to just shut that thing off so we're not burning fuel, and we'll kind of load that hopper up because we got a little bit of room to be able to load quite a bit of material into that thing and let it do its thing. Whoa, getting a little squirrely there. Just about tipped her over on its top. We got to be careful because we don't have any sort of service truck, trailer, anything like that. I'm not quite sure what the local dealership has to offer, but that is a little bit of ways into town to even get some of that stuff set up because we are back out here in quite a ways away from town, so we'll have to make sure that we are able to not try to tip anything and break anything because that would be a lot better because we don't have any money anyways to do it. So anything that we break, we're going to have to try to fix out here in the Yukon by ourselves, and that could be a very difficult challenge. Not even quite sure how many scoops I've done into this Trommel already, but it kind of seeming like it might take a little bit to get some concentrate out of this thing. Hopefully, wait a second. What did we just get here? That's our first bucket of concentrate. Heck yeah, that is what I am talking about. All right, so the plant, it doesn't seem like, I mean, I bet you we probably put 20 some buckets in there. Maybe it felt like, I don't know. We might have to go look back and see how many we did, but that is awesome. We got our first bucket of concentrate. Let's get some more. I'm kind of excited for this now. So let's get some more. We got 48 liters left in there. I think what we do is let's deactivate that. Let's save ourselves the fuel because we don't have a whole lot to spare. So I think we run dirt until our heart is content. I mean, hopefully we'll have to see how many buckets of concentrate we get. So let's just start hammering out this pile. Well, would you look at that? Looks like we got our second bucket of concentrate. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go grab the truck and we're going to put those on there. We better shut this stuff off. What do we think? We got like unlimited amount of money? We better just turn this stuff off. Let's deactivate that. All right, let's go grab the truck, the Dodge, bring it down here, put it on the top of that, just so that way we can keep track of where everything is at. And then that way we know it is on the truck. Get our first 2 buckets loaded up. Get them strapped down. Would you look at that? 2 full buckets of concentrate. Let's load that baby up. Let's get this stuff parked back up out of the way. All right, sounds like we need to start moving some more material. Let's get at it again. Well, it has appeared to have started to rain outside. Yeah. All right. Well, it's raining. Raining out. We're going to keep moving this stuff. We should be able to be just fine moving this stuff. I don't think it's going to mess with anything. It just started. We'll continue to work until we think we can't do anything. But we're going to have to try to push this through. We're going to have to try to push this all through the Trommel. We're negative $4 already. Just kind of turning this stuff to mud a little bit in here. Goodness gracious. Not sure how much longer we're going to be able to run this stuff. Not sure if that's rain or if that's hail. It almost looks like hail. Goodness gracious. Well, let's go check this Trommel and see what we got going. All right, we're getting pretty dang close. I think we should have just about another thing of concentrate. Oh no. Did our vehicle just take a little... Okay, there we go. All right, the thing just died on us. That's not very good. That is not good at all. We don't want this stuff to be we don't need to be having any issues with our equipment right now. Oh no. The engine just stalled again. Uh-oh. Is this thing starting? All right, there we go. Oh boy, this is not good. We've got to figure out why the skid steer is stalling. And this stuff is just turning to mud. We should probably think about maybe this be our last scoop. We might have to just hold this off. We might not even be able to continue on doing this. Let's get the last couple buckets into that. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, and we are out of fuel. Good thing we got our truck here. All right, we're filling that up with some diesel. That might, oh gosh. All right, we're drained. Our diesel is drained. That's not a good sign. Okay, whoa. All right, there we got our third bucket of concentrate. Let's get that stuff. Yeah, let's deactivate that. We can't be wasting any more fuel. Let's get this uploaded. There we go. Get them strapped on there. All right. Did we turn this off? We did not. Let's turn that thing off. We don't need that thing running at this point in time. Let's get this up into the... which I'm hoping is the gold room. First bucket of concentrate going in. Looks like that is the gold room. It's taking it fairly good. All right. Let's hop into this. All right. We better activate this. Ooh, we got 4,200 liters. Let's get that all situated. I'm afraid we're just gonna have to let this rain kind of pass us by. You got any? Oh, whoa! Would you look at that? All right. Well, let's grab this stuff. This might be our saving grace right here, guys. Oh, this could be our saving grace. Let's get that loaded up. I'm not even sure where we need to take that, but we're gonna take it somewhere. All right, so looking at the prices, we got to find gold. Where are you at? Alphabetical order, gold. All right, where can we take that sucker? I know we could take it to the Yukon market right now. Oh my goodness. All right, so 7,309. We're taking this thing into town. We got to go find the market. All right, I'm super glad that we were able to get a little bit of concentrate, a little bit of gold out of this. We've only been here for a few hours. But with prices being where they're at, we have no time to waste. We need to get this stuff into the market, get sold, get some money in our account first off, and then we need to get some fuel delivered, and then hopefully we can continue to process some dirt to be able to make some more gold. All right, we just stopped inside. They said go around this corner, and this should be the drop-off to get the gold sold. There we go. 7,673 per container. Heck yeah, there we go. All right, so we are moving on up. We got 15,340 now. $20,014. Heck yeah. Well, back at our claim, I did call. They said that they would be out after a little while to fill up our fuel tanks. Man, let's get a little bit of fuel into this generator to be able to run this trommel. We're going to have to continue on filling this up with some dirt. I wouldn't mind going over there and check to see if... I know the loader, track loader over there is broken. That needs to be fixed. But that does have a little bit of fuel in that loader, or in that... has a little bit of fuel in that dump truck. So I wouldn't mind trying to maybe get over there. Let's get some speed with that. Okay, whew, made it through. Let's see what we can do. I'm not quite sure. Alright, I'm not quite even sure if this thing's going to start. Oh, the thing fired up? Does anything work on it? Oh, okay. Well, let's get this. Let's see if we can get this thing up the hill. Be a lot easier to get a service truck on the other side of the river than it would be on this side. Cool, come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Come on, you got this. Try to avoid that area there to our left. Don't give up on us now. Oh boy. Come on. This is not good. Alright, you got this. You got this. We should have gone to the left-hand side. Let's see if we can avoid some of this. Oh boy, this is some muddy stuff here. You got this. Get a little bit of speed. We can't get any speed. Can't get any speed. Just start wiggling back and forth. We'll crawl through this. Goodness. I'm telling you, that rain is not doing us any favors. Let's see if we can get this. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Okay, there we go. Come on. You got this. Oh, boy. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, I think we got some grip. Go, go, go. Okay, we're up and out of the mud. Holy smokes. All right, let's leave this thing right about there. At least we got that one up and out of there. That rain is just not wanting to give up. We got some diesel fuel in the generator and the trommel. I know it's raining, I know it's muddy, but I don't know if I think we need to continue to run this. We don't have a whole lot. We got 623 liters of diesel. We really need to wait to try to fill up any more of that with the when the fuel truck gets here. And I don't know that with it raining like it is, I don't know that we're going to be able to get any fuel out here today. As much as I would even like to try to help them, I don't know that we would even be able to pull them to the diesel tank. But hey, at least we're out of the negative. We got $23,000 in our account, which is a start. It's not much. Oh, this thing failed again. We're going to have to get the mechanic out here to take a look at this as well. Hopefully that baby starts. Nope. All right. Well, apparently we're going to need the mechanic to help fix this thing. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one.